Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bits and Pieces podcast. I'm your host, Nick, joined with
Isaac.
And today, as is tradition as of late, we're missing a few members. But Isaac, we haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, yeah. Definitely haven't seen me in a while.
It's like you died.
A little bit on the inside.
You're like, I've died a little bit on the inside. I missed the podcast.
Oh, gosh.
Well, we miss you, Isaac.
Oh.
You're a founding member. We need you. So, yeah. So I guess, did you see that we went to an Extra Life Guild thing? I put it on Facebook.
So did not see that. But
me, Gus, Jose, and Miguel went to an Extra Life Guild meeting in Orange County. And for those of you at home, you can see
that's where you got that swanky new T-shirt.
Yeah, my shirt says FTK for the kids, and then if I turn around, it says "Be a hero
for the kids."
Yeah, be a hero for the kids. Yeah, so pretty sweet. So I got that sweet T-shirt. So yeah, and they talked to us about like essentially this is how it breaks down. Every Extra Lifer or Extra Lifers on average raise $200. But there are 50% of Extra Lifers who don't fundraise. So what Orange County does, instead of focusing on fundraising and then divvying it up against everybody's like goals, what they do is they focus on the bigger picture. If they register like a lot of people to raise money for CHOC, right? The Orange County Hospital, what will happen is ideally each one of those is like $100 raised, right?
Right.
So they're in the business of bulk, so let's
more people signed up means
more money for the hospital directly. Some guilds will do fundraising events and then split it up so that way each one of them gets like $50 towards their own goal,
right?
Which is cool, and stuff. But Orange County Guild is real small, so they can't do a ton of stuff like that. So they say, well, let's just register more people. Even if they don't join the guild, they're registered to play for Orange County, so hopefully they'll raise money.
Right.
So they send people to E3, Comic-Con and stuff to register people, and it's cool because they have hookups to. Registering is easy, but registering someone on the go, I can see how it'd be hard, considering I was in that business.
Yeah.
That's what I remember we would do that. So it's kind of like it's hard to get people's information. Well, luckily at these events, people have badges, right?
Right.
So they have this badge on with their information already barcoded on it. So what's cool is Extra Life OC gets outfitted with phones with like IR scanners on them.
Yeah.
Or RF or whatever.
Or QR.
QR. No, well, yeah, whatever. It's like barcode reader. And they barcode their badges for these people, and then it sends the information to the Extra Life server so that way they're signed up. Boom. Done. So it's like an autofill thing. Obviously, the person agrees and stuff. You're like, hey, this is what Extra Life is. Would you like to help by registering to play for Extra Life CHOC Orange County, right? Oh, you know what? Yeah, that'd be really cool. Go ahead and give me the paper or something. It's like, actually, we can sign you up right now. All we need to do is scan your badge. It has all your information. It has your first, last name, birth date, and email. That's all you need to sign up. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Boop, done. So it's real easy, painless and stuff. So it's really cool. Makes it easy for people, and also obviously, yeah, they live by the mantra: the more people signed up, the more money donated.
Right.
So it makes sense. And then they have a lot of cool things. They have a Twitch account which you're allowed to like broadcast on, and so you can advertise like whatever you're doing.
Right.
They give each other like backup in terms of like, hey, I don't really know how to do this. Can someone help out? Oh yeah, I have expertise in that. Or hey guys, I need some people to help me work this event that I'm putting together for a fundraiser. Oh yeah, we can help out, that sort of thing. They also do tours, so I want to sign up the podcast to take a tour of the facility.
Where is that?
It's in it's off the 22 in Anaheim.
Okay.
So it's a hospital. So we'll drive down there and we'll go take a tour of the hospital, and meet the kids and stuff, and meet some of the staff. It'd be cool to see like where the money's directly going, because I saw it.
Yeah.
And Gus saw it, but like you didn't see it. Miggy saw it too, but like we didn't see directly, you know. But it was really neat. So they gave us some hard numbers too. They were saying that you know, CHOC operates a lot off of other foundations donations, meaning like Disneyland, because Disney donates a ton of money to CHOC. But
that
luckily,
Disney money.
yeah, the Disney money. Luckily, what that means is Extra Life money, rather than being appropriated for like hospital bills, and equipment, which is fine, you know, awesome on its own. But Extra Life was founded to give the kids, like, let the kids be kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yes, you're paying for their treatments. That obviously that's directly going to towards their health. But I mean, some of these kids aren't likely, unfortunately, to leave this hospital. We would love them all to, you know, but some of the kids might have a terminal illness or something. They're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's like the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
In a way, yes. In where you're making them the most comfortable, and even if they're not, you know, ill like that, you know, but they might have to spend months in the hospital.
Yeah,
you know,
so
it's
quality of life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, for example, I don't have my wallet on me, otherwise I'd have her name. Shout out to the. I'll go get it so that way in our next segment I can give her a proper shout out. I forgot the name totally. Anyway, the woman making the presentation had told us that for example, they had a 44% increase in funds raised last year. So they had like more leeway in terms of being able to buy specific stuff for the kids. So if the kids wanted to, say, for example, they all wanted to read the Divergent book series.
Right.
Okay, let's buy 50 copies of each book. Rather than saying, okay, send somebody to HarperCollins and tell them we need $1,000 worth of books for these age groups.
Right.
They could dictate what they needed because they had the extra money to be able to do that, you know. Or hey, the kids want to play the new Call of Duty that came out, you know, we want to get it for the teenage age group. Oh, okay, yeah. How many copies do we need? Well, we actually are gonna need 12 copies. We're also gonna need a couple Xbox Ones because we don't have enough, and we need some controllers. Okay, no problem. You know, work out a deal with Microsoft so we can get them at a cheaper price, right?
Right.
Or a store, GameStop, or whatever, you know, sort of thing. But they could do that rather than saying, hey, go to GameStop and see, you know, how many used games we can get for this much money. You know, they could say, no, we can get the brand new game because we had the extra money. And I mean, some hospitals do raise the amount to be able to do that every year and spend that money towards all kinds of other stuff, because you can't spend $1 million towards just games and toys for kids. You can very easily.
Yeah.
But that's not the most responsible. So, for example, you know, like Rooster Teeth in Austin raises millions of dollars every year for their hospital, right, in Austin. But they're specifically raising towards this equipment, you know, that they want to get.
Yeah.
You know, and they're such a big team on their own. They're raising so much money. You know, that's amazing. So they can put, you know, $750,000 a year towards that machine, and then $250,000 towards their extra, you know, their things, their quality of life stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. But you know, CHOC is really lucky in where they're so close to Hollywood and the gaming industry and, you know, the art industry and the music scene that, like, Chris Pratt goes all the time to go play with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Seacrest donated a nice wing of the hospital. You know, they can air movies and stuff there. People from Hollywood go. The game industry always helps out. They'll donate stuff, you know.
Right.
You know, so they're in a really nice spot to where even though the Extra Life donations are, they're modest donations, every little bit helps, and it helps even more that they're in such a nice spot, you know, to where Disney will likely cover, you know, anything that doesn't get picked up by anybody else, you know,
right?
'Cause that's in their own backyard, and that's really cool. So I got a bunch of Extra Life swag and stuff, and these shirts were actually $5 on, you know, 100% towards Extra Life. So if anybody wants one, I can give you the email, or I can get it for you through the guild president, Mike. He said because they were running out, he said if I need another size or if I just wanted more, go ahead and email him, and I will probably take the payment through PayPal and then mail them to me. So if anybody wants one, I can either get you his information or I can do it. It's $5, 100% towards the hospital itself. It doesn't go towards my goal, but towards the hospital itself.
Right.
It was neat because I am gonna make T-shirts on our own. They're gonna have like our logo and then some other stuff on it.
Yeah.
those will, I don't know how much those will be. It depends how much I can get them for. But we won't take a cut of it. It'll just be how much can I get them for, and that'll, per unit, and that'll be how much that we obviously donate it to. And then you guys get some out of it too, rather than just, hey, donate $20. It's more like, hey, donate $20 and you get a T-shirt. So
that's cool.
Yeah, but it was super fun. It was really cool. We got to meet a lot of cool people. The guild has like 80 something people. Not everybody was there. There were maybe 20 to 30. But we met a team from Chino, Just Us League of Awesome. And they've been doing Extra Life for 6 years.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the guy, Sean, he's like, I guess their team leader. He gave me a lot of tips on how to do a stream, how to get people motivated and stuff. So I linked up with him so that way I can help make our event better.
Right.
I was talking to him and he was just like, oh man, he goes, is this your guys' first year? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, wow. He's like, we started in like a 2-bedroom apartment with like four people. He goes, so you're already like at least a year or two further along than we were, and they do theirs at a school now, a private school gives them like four classroom, like a little block,
right,
to run their stream. So it's like a community thing for them.
All right.
Which is really cool. I that kind of, I was like, man, if this goes well, I can bring that to our local school, and say, hey, look how successful this was. Do you know how cool that would be? And you can get tax write-offs like insane for this.
Right.
Do you mind lending us a room plus the electricity and internet for the night, or for the 24 hours, and see what works out. And then we know a lot of teachers and stuff, so that could be likely that could be something that could happen, hopefully.
Yeah.
But obviously, I didn't want to stretch my luck this time because it was my first year doing it. I'd rather make sure that it was successful, small, and then say, bring this to the table to whoever I decide to go through and say, hey, look what I was able to do. With
Right.
your help, I could make this even better. Because then we could bring community people, just people from the neighborhood. We could invite a lot of the students, and their families, and just a lot more people, rather than, I have to limit it to 20 people because it's in my house,
Right.
Yeah, so that'll be really cool. And I'm working out ways to like guarantee us at least, a couple $100 in donations from just the stream. Things like maybe pre-selling, like a stream ticket, because I was like, you have to donate to come on the stream.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I was thinking maybe like $20, and then you get a ticket to the stream, pre-buy-in, because I am going to have to limit people that can come, unfortunately. So like if you wanted to come by, maybe like a rotating schedule or something,
right.
you sign up for a certain amount of hours. I don't know, something like that. But unfortunately, there's not going to, 50 people can't come. But then at the same time, a lot of people tell you they can go and they're not really going to be able to.
Yeah.
So this kind of balances it out and makes sure that, well, if you donate that much, you're probably likely going to come.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you're buying
like
a
down
ticket.
payment.
Yeah, a down payment or something. But I mean, it all goes towards for the kids. It's just trying to make sure that we can keep it under control, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna hang out. Might have a few drinks and stuff, but it's not. That's not the point. The point is to be committed to streaming for 24 hours. That's our sacrifice. That's the least we can do,
right,
to raise money for the kids. So, yes, it's coming to hang out, but the main thing is to be in this room and streaming those games for 24 hours. That's the main thing. I want to make sure we don't lose that. I want to make sure everybody understands that. So that's what'll help with that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully it works out all good. But anyway, after that long intro, we'll be going to, I'll insert the audio right here. And for now, though, we'll be going to our WTF headlines after the inserted audio. So go ahead and cue the audio for our trip, and then we'll start our WTF headlines. This is a segment of the Bits and Pieces podcast, episode 51. We just finished our sandwiches from Earl of Sandwiches, so we are on the go. And we went to an Extra Life Guild meeting in Orange County. So joining me here is
Gus,
Jose,
Miguel.
And so we're all here. We went to an Extra Life Guild meeting. And what that was, so we went, and there was the president of the guild. He explained to us what the guild does. And then the rep, pretty much a liaison between the hospital and Extra Life, That lady explained, all the good that Extra Life does for the hospitals. She gave us numbers. They raised 44% more than they did last year. So that's almost a 50% increase, which means they only raised 50 grand roughly in 2014 and went up to 113,000, which is pretty crazy. So they aim to make 150 grand, so another 50% on top of it, roughly. I think it's entirely possible. Anyways, anybody have any thoughts they want to share on it?
I'll say this: the people that we met were really, really cool and stuff. Getting to know everybody, and maybe learning some background on even some. We met one person that was actually a patient for, what do you say, from birth to 21 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. Even though I'm support the LA Children's Hospital, I got to because I missed out on those, so I got to learn a little bit more. Cool.
You want to say anything, Jose or Miggy?
I mean, it was a pretty cool experience. I mean, I've never really been to like one of those things before, so it was very touching. It was. It made my heart go beady beady bam bam, you know.
Yeah, it was really cool. Just I almost died. Listening to them talk made me want to start fundraising. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna start fundraising now. Also, shout out to my boy Derek. He was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, we met a guy named Derek. The Crown. Yes, Crown Magician. It was Crown Magician. Crown the Empire. Yeah, that guy was pretty cool. Yeah, so we met a lot of friends. We met the Justice League. Just Us League of Awesome. And they're one of the teams that fundraise, so that was pretty cool. So I personally realized, yeah, they've been doing it for 6 years. So I personally realized that we're a part of bigger organizations. That was really neat. But I'm super excited. I bought some T-shirts. Nice. But I'm super excited, and thanks for you guys to coming with me. That was pretty cool. Oh yeah.
That I had since 2009.
Yeah, we got some free swag, and hopefully we'll get to go to E3. That would be kind of cool. I'm so down.
When you go to the LA one, you have to get rid of that lanyard. So? What do you mean so? You're a traitor. It doesn't matter. They're all friends. We're all helping a cause.
They're gonna set you on fire, Gus. They're gonna burn you. You're gonna be their martyr.
All right, I'm just gonna point this out. Have you guys seen me? I'm Jesus. I'll reincarnate.
You don't got those abs though. Jesus is like shredded cheese. You know, you can shred cheese on those abs.
This is like super awkward because I only brought the one mic. I forgot to tell Gus to bring his. Yeah, so I had to like move the mic around. We're only gonna be doing this for a few minutes, but that was super cool. So yeah, thanks to you guys for going. I'm definitely gonna go to the rest of the meetings they have. It just sucks that like their stream event happens on the actual stream day, which makes sense. But I'm just like, oh, I would like to go to it too. Yeah. But I mean, I want to do my own. But it's neat because if there's people that are like, oh yeah, I don't really have a team, I'm just gonna go play with them. You know, that's really awesome. That's cool. You know, because a lot like that, like Derek didn't have a team, so he can go there and hang out with them and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Does anybody have any final thoughts? Final thoughts on the food or anything?
You know what? If you guys aren't doing anything and you want to build up some karma and stuff and just kind of help out with something, join the CHOC Extra Life team. And, or whatever, hospital that's near you that supports Extra Life and stuff. So I really recommend going out and doing that.
In our general area, that would be LA, San Diego, and Orange County.
When you said join CHOC, I was like, all of a sudden becoming a trader, and then you're like, or any other one. I was like, okay, all right.
Well, it's because we came from CHOC.
I also didn't have the food, but the Coca-Cola was pretty good, so.
At least, you should at least come for the free snacks,
Yeah, the free snacks are definitely worth it.
Yeah, the free snacks are definitely worth it. Yeah, I came for the snacks, stay for the kids.
Little thing on there?
A chopstick?
Chapstick, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's chapstick. I got one of those. I thought you said chopstick. I got the chapstick.
That'll be cool.
Anyway, live from pre-recorded live from Earl of Sandwiches at Downtown Disney. Because even though we had snacks and we had some goodies over there, I was just like, thank you. Yeah, I gotta eat dinner. All right. Anyway, this has been Nick,
Gus,
Papi Chulo.
Miguel.
And we are the Bits and Pieces podcast, so we'll hand it back over to our other pre-recorded segment from preferably episode 51.
What? Huh? Are you reading this right now? Did I read that correctly? What the f***? You know what? Whatever. We're running with the story anyway. WTF Headlines by the Bits and Pieces podcast. And welcome back. And so we'll be starting our WTF topics. And let's see. So we have 3 of them for you today, as per usual. Isaac, bring us the first one. Crow Gang Experiment.
Okay, so this one's really funny. It requires a bit of explanation, but the payoff's pretty great. So I guess there's this guy who has a bit of like a crow population in the area where he works. So he noticed that there's 2 different populations, actually. One that hangs out in a park nearby in the trees, another that hangs out in like, I guess, a lot of grass near a McDonald's. So he heard or read somewhere that that crows are intelligent, and they can actually formulate like preferences based on experiences that they have with people. So what he decides to do is he befriends one group, the group that like lived in the grass, by giving them fries from McDonald's, and he decided to make enemies with the crows that would live in the trees by throwing rocks at them and yelling at them and just being generally awful to them. So apparently the tension started to mount as the tree crows started throwing acorns and pebbles and rocks at him and following him to work, and like generally just trying to assault him while he was getting in or out. And the second group of crows developed a really like strong liking for him, and they'd follow him and like try to protect him. So there was this one point where there was like just pretty much an all-out war between them, and the crows like were actually like fighting to the death, like trying to get to him or trying to protect him. And in the end, the grass crows won, and they got fries as a reward.
Nice.
That's pretty insane.
It is. Oh man, that's a little more meaningful than some of our WTF topics that we've done in the past. That's wow.
I'm not sure if that experiment was ethical though.
I don't think so. I don't think you're supposed to feed animals fries from McDonald's. You're not supposed to feed your kids fries from McDonald's. But hey, I mean, you're also not supposed to leave your kid at home, with water and food, which I call absolute bullshit. I leave my dog at home with water and food. No, I'm kidding. All right.
Nice to bring that one back around.
Yeah, for those of you that have been with the podcast for a while, that was a shout out back to one of our early episodes. Damn, I didn't get that card. I'll have to get it on the next break. The card I said it was
yeah, the card.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So WTF topic 2. In Vegas or in Times Square, there's people walking around, some weirdo street performers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So one guy gives free hugs, right? A sign that says free hugs,
Okay.
doing his thing. So 22-year-old girl from Ottawa, Canada, thinks that America's like this welcoming place. She's like, oh man, got free hugs. That's cool, but I'm not ready for this yet. So she goes and takes a selfie with some friends. The guy tosses himself in the picture and then gives her a free hug, right? Typical American welcome. That's a sarcasm. That's sarcasm. Anyway, so she's like, hey, dude,
that wasn't cool.
That wasn't cool. Can you stop? And then he's just like, $5. And she's like, but your sign says free hugs. And I didn't even ask for a hug. And he's like, $5. And she's like, no. And he's like, $5. And then she's like, no. And then he punches her right in the face.
Just one?
Yeah, just one punch. So he punched her in the face, laid her out. He gets arrested. Right, he's 22 years or 20. He's 24 years old. She's 24 or she's 22. She ended up going to the hospital, get a black eye, got some cuts and bruising and stuff. Totally not cool. But yeah, I was like, whoa, what? There's got to be some explanation for this, right? Well, the explanation was that he had autism, and I'm like, okay, that's an explanation, but not an excuse.
Yeah,
That does not allow you to
definitely.
punch someone in the face. Yeah. Anyway, regardless, yeah, I was like, whoa, all right. Because originally the story was just like, what? And then when I got the explanation, I was like, ah. Yeah, so, regardless, the story was still gave me that WTF moment.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
pretty crazy.
yeah, it was.
I can't believe a $5 gratuity on a free hug.
Hey, I mean, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. And considering that at restaurants they've removed the mandatory gratuity
Right.
for having over a certain amount, I mean, hey, he's just trying to keep the system alive, man.
Well, I guess you can respect that he's trying to make a living.
He's just trying to make $5, not $8. He's trying to make $5 specifically. Yeah. Regardless, I was just like, whoa, okay, dude. Take a chill.
Is the market for hugs really high?
I would not know. That'd be something to look up, though. We should look that up.
We should look up the stock prices.
We should. Maybe we can get in on the ground floor. Maybe we can bail him out of jail. All right. And our last WTF topic for this evening. Isaac, have you ever read instructions that were unclear?
I guess trying to build a bike came from China.
And it was just like, instructions unclear, got my dick stuck in a toaster, right? That happens to everyone.
No, that does not happen to everyone.
Oh, okay. What about dick stuck in wrench? No?
No.
Just in England?
Like, how does that happen?
Well, a man in England might be able to answer that for you. So, I mean, there's been a number of these stories before, but this is just the latest one. What was it? Northern New South Wales. A man had his penis stuck in a spanner. For you Americans out there, that's a wrench. He got it stuck in the circular part of the wrench in the back.
I don't know how that happens. What was he thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. And then, naturally he was just like, I'm gonna sleep on it. That didn't work. He just swelled up inside of it. So then he had to call the firefighters, and so they came and they used an angle grinder to grind the wrench off. And it was a small angle grinder, and they kept pouring water on it to make sure it wouldn't get hot. And then they wrapped him up in something to protect him from like the sparks and stuff. But yeah, I'm just like, oh man. And the worst part was the firefighter chief was just like, yeah, not the first time. It happens. And I'm like, how does it happen? So I'll be sure to insert some links to some memes, but it's a fan favorite meme. There's let's see, what were some of the funny ones? Instructions unclear, got dick stuck in ceiling fan. Instructions unclear, the classic, got dick stuck in toaster. Try to follow relaxing instructions, dick stuck in toaster, please help. And they just have pictures of toasters. It's pretty funny. There's a picture of a hot dog in a toaster, which I thought was particularly funny. There's one, instructions unclear. I forgot how to toilet. That was the guy that had his head in the toilet.
Yeah. Maybe he was being bullied.
Maybe. Let's see. It says, this one's kind of funny. I am no cook, but I can follow the instructions, which said let the bird chill in the sink for a few hours, and you put the chicken in the sink with the beer. Unrelated, but still funny.
Was the chicken Netflix and chilling?
I would hope so. Let's see. They have what's the captain from Star Trek? The facepalm one?
The facepalm one?
Yeah, the one that's like this.
Captain Picard?
Yeah. It says that moment when Matt's dick is stuck in toaster. So yeah, got some funny memes in here. So I'll link to them. They're pretty funny. But yeah, so just the simple fact that it was said this isn't the first time that this has happened. That's what makes me worry about society.
That's what makes me worry about what's the place? North New South Wales.
Yeah, North New South Wales. Yeah. At least though, this didn't happen in America, which is now the home of instead of it being Budweiser King of Beers, it's the beer's called America. Did you read that?
Yeah, I've heard about that. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that one. It's a bit odd. So now when you're going out and you're talking about like America, you're never quite sure whether they're referring to beer or our country.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, can I have an America?
Can I have an American beer?
Yeah, can I have America, please? Yeah, let me get an America on the draft. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good summer.
It's gonna be a good summer, you think?
Yeah, so I'm ready. But that was pretty fun.
Is America ready?
America better be ready. Anyway, but yeah, so that has been our WTF topics. A little short, but it's okay because we're gonna make up with it with some meaty main topics.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be back.
Hey guys, it's Miguel from the Bits and Pieces podcast, and I just want to let you know to be sure to tune into Metal Gear Solid Mondays on twitch.tv/ArcticFox100 with me. I play a lot of different Metal Gear Solid games at 7-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Remember, that's twitch.tv/ArcticFox100. And remember to keep it locked to the Bits and Pieces podcast, because they dope.
Polio, Isaac.
So yeah, as far as we know, back in the 80s, I believe, the CDC officially declared smallpox as completely eradicated. And so that was the first disease humanity has ever completely destroyed, as far as we know. So
I can no longer say this post gave me polio, as of 1980.
No, not polio. Smallpox.
Oh, smallpox. This post gave me smallpox.
Yeah, you can't.
Inaccurate.
Say smallpox. Inaccurate. Yeah.
This post gave me Zika.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah.
However, what we have is that
you can scoot the table closer to you if you want.
Quite recently, they had a small inquiry as to if we've eradicated polio yet. And the answer would be almost. Funny thing, polio is still pretty well and alive in the Middle East, actually. And that's actually, I suppose you want to say the Western culture's fault, if you want to say that, because the reason they haven't vaccinated themselves or taken steps to or preventative steps against polio there is because they believe that the medicine and the people that go to vaccinate the Middle Easterners for polio is actually a Western plot to sterilize them and keep them from having kids. So yeah, there's a little political stuff involved into
real talk.
Yeah.
What if it is
real talk?
Okay? Didn't we give blankets that were infected with SARS or something to Indians? I thought the Americans gave blankets that were infected with stuff to the Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but we're talking about something that happened a couple hundred years ago.
I think
I think our policies have changed. I do believe biological warfare isn't legal as far as Geneva.
neither is bombing a Doctors Without Borders hospital, but hey, we accomplished that too. Did you read about that? It was due to bad info from it was either Iraqi, Iranian, or Turkish forces gave us bad info, knowing they knew that it was a Doctors Without Borders hospital. That was the bad part. Americans didn't, but our military group trusted them enough to be like, that's good information. Instead of doing the double checking, you know what I mean? They were just as a show of partnership, we trust your info. Boom! And then they learned, yeah, it was a Doctors Without Borders hospital. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's not cool.
Not cool, definitely.
Yeah.
I hope those those people that gave the bad info
Get
what
their
was
fingers
coming to
chopped
them.
off? Because in those countries, people get their fingers or hands chopped off, right?
Well, I don't know how to respond to that. I'm not sure whether
Hey,
I
there was
should
a
say-
this is also a shout out back to one of the early podcasts. I got a telemarketer, and he was a foreigner, right? I was like,
Right?
I'm underage. You're harassing me right now. You know what happens in my country when someone harasses an underage person? He was like, what? I go, they go to jail. What happens in your country? And he was silent. I was like, do they chop your hands off? And he was silent and hung up. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. No, I don't know if they chop people's hands off in various Middle Eastern countries, but I mean, they might.
Well, I think it was whatchamacallit, Aladdin.
They
Where-
chopped his hands off?
No,
Oh.
but they threatened it.
To chop his hands off?
Yeah,
Oh, for stealing.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's possible truth.
I think there was like an upset in like the Middle Easterns, like people when Aladdin came out about that.
They were just like, we don't chop people's hands off for stealing. We chop their fingers off. Okay, it's different.
No, I believe the response was, we don't chop people's hands off if they're indigent and it's their first offense. But their second offense is definitely where they get their hands cut off.
Yeah, it's like we don't do it for the first offense. Come on, get your facts straight, bro. Wow, that's like saying, okay, look, you got it all wrong. I didn't murder those 10 people. I mutilated 12 of them and murdered 10. Okay, get it right. Those mutilated ones still lived. Do not count them in my total. Yeah, that's the same thing.
That's the same thing.
Well, that's really cool. That we're really close to eradicating polio, except for in the Middle East. I mean, hey, but that's your loss.
Yeah,
Right, that's your
I
loss.
guess.
Yeah.
If we're truly not using that as a way of sterilizing them.
Yeah, if we're not using that as a way to sterilize them, then that's your loss. I mean, sorry, anti-vaxxers. Have you not played The Division? Yeah, exactly. Thanks.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Hey, it's true. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
That's really cool though. That makes you have like a lot of pride in like the medical community and stuff, because it's not just us. It's
Yeah.
like the world. You know, the world had input in that.
Which also kind of like makes you sad and introspective as far as like, what was it, 2013, 2014, where there was that plane that was shot down in Ukraine,
Oh yeah.
where everyone thought that Russia did it and stuff like that. Because that plane had like the leading heads of the medical field in the search for a cure for AIDS.
Well,
So like imagine maybe 60, 50, maybe even sooner, with everything that's going on, that we might eradicate like diseases like AIDS or, you know, like Zika,
yeah, Zika.
Ebola.
Ebola, please. This post gave me Ebola. Yeah, I get you. Oh man. Oh, so off topic. Did you get invited to a Facebook group that said, make internet money or make money from home or some bullshit?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So it was funny because I was just like, oh my god, pyramid scheme, please. So then I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to look into it though, just for shits and giggles. So I did. I looked up the guy. His name's Michael Force, ex-Marine. He's like, look, I can show you a 6-step system on how to make 6 figures every week. And I was like, okay, great.
6 Force?
6 figures.
No. But
His name is Michael Force.
Force.
Yeah.
Force.
So, yeah. So I was just like, okay. So I looked into it, right?
Right.
This guy has multiple complaints against him via the Better Business Bureau and Ripoff Alert or Ripoff something.
Right.
It's a website that looks into those programs. But then I found this one review that was slightly promising. It was something about marketing something, right? And it was a blog post, and I was like, this is exactly what this man is gonna do. He's gonna go with the intent of being like, yeah, so I signed up to see what the truth was. And then he's gonna present it like he's unbiased, you know, and he was doing it for journalism, and at the end he's gonna be like, I joined it, and you should join it too, because then, you know, we'll be in it together and I can help you out in this and that. That's exactly what happened. However, I got what I needed out of that article. His blog post listed out the different tiers and how you make your money. So it was funny because it was just like, yeah, you have life coaches and this and that, and I'm reading through it and I'm like, okay, so what are they showing you? And it's like, oh, they teach you how to form an online business, this and that, and I'm like, okay, how are you making your money through the system? Your basic, okay, first you have to sign up for a membership. It's $69 a month. But then to even make money through their platform, which is like, oh, this is an example to get you started about how you make money, right? You have to pay $100 and some one-time fee. From there, you get $17 to $49 per sale commission.
Of what?
Of making other people sign up through your fucking link. So you post this link all over social media. That's what they're showing you how to do. They're showing you how to spam people with these links. You click this link, then the person signs up for it, right? And you close the sale. That's you closing the sale, and you get $49 off of it. But if you pay like $400 one-time fee, you get an even bigger cut. And then if you pay even more, you get more per sale. It tops out at like 50 grand one-time fee. If you pay that, you're making $12,000 every sale. Unless you need the help of a life coach to help you close the sale, then you only get a third of what you were originally going to make, and they get the other two. So I'm like, okay, that's exactly what a pyramid scheme is. Thanks for clarifying. And the guy was like, so does it work? It does work 100%. I made $1,000 in my first week, and you can too. Just click the link below, and we'll be on our way to starting our life coaching together. And I was like, X out. So please remember, if anybody is selling you quick steps on how to get rich, that shit don't work. It doesn't work. Okay. Correction. It does work if you're the man on top. It works if you're the man on top.
What about that? I believe it's the Ty Lopez guy.
Ty Lopez. I'll tell you, if you buy my book and you read it, it'll tell you how to attain what I have. And it's like, okay, but if you look into Ty Lopez, he doesn't own any of those properties. He doesn't own any of those cars, right?
Right.
The way he makes his money is by selling those books. If someone's selling you a book on how to make money, that's how they made their money. You know what I mean? Or selling you videos or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Isn't that how Obama made his money? He was like selling books or something?
Well, he was a lawyer.
Well, yeah, obviously. And he was
I
a
mean,
congressman, but I mean,
yeah,
like,
and a lot of lawyers sell books. But yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pyramid scheme.
the Barack Obama pyramid scheme?
Yeah, I would join that. Free healthcare. No, so
as one of the benefits.
I mean, okay, I've known people that have been involved in that. You know what I mean? And like, the thing is when it fails, if you put all your money into it, which a lot of these people have to do to actually make that money, right?
Right.
You have to forcibly put yourself up. There's no moving up in the company. There's just taking the money that you made off your commission and putting it back into the company. So you're paying it up again. That's how you move up or get promoted.
Right.
So say, oh man, I don't have a lot of money to start with, but I start off, oh cool, I have like $1,000, so I'm going to put that back in to get a new rank, attain a new rank or ascend, which is what this company called it.
Ascend.
Climb up the ladder.
Like Kanye West?
Yeah, and it's like, why do I have to pay to climb up the ladder? Well, whatever. So you pay to climb up the ladder, and then now you're making more money, but then you want to make more, so you pay again, you pay again, you pay again. You're never really making money because you're just paying it back in. You know what I mean? Especially when you're paying $60,000 to get the highest level. Come on. You know what I mean? So I know people, and their whole life was in this, and then the company came crashing down because guess what? Pyramid schemes are illegal.
Right.
So when you get found out, the people at the top get away scot-free because guess what? They have the money to hire those lawyers, and you don't. People at the bottom, they lose everything. You better hope you were smart about it, pulling your money out.
Yep.
And this guy wasn't, and unfortunately he lost everything. So it's a lesson for you, Life coaches, that sort of thing, that's different. Everybody needs advice from time to time. I don't look favorably upon it, but I mean, I see the benefit of it, sometimes, because that's just a mentor. That's someone, you know what I mean? But they're charging you to be their mentor? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever, that's your business. But if you're going to get involved in something where you're having to pay to promote yourself, that's kind of like red flag number one. Like, don't get involved in stuff like that, because the way the steps that they're sharing to you is that they fooled you. That's how they got their money. They didn't get their money through these secret tricks, these secret, tips and stuff. There's no secret to making money. It's fooling. In that form, it's just fooling someone to buy your product. Then you move up in the ladder. You know what I mean? That's it. The person at the top makes all the money. The person at the bottom makes nothing, and they're the ones most likely to lose it all, because they're the ones that are looking for this. You know, there's a reason. They're either already in the hole, they're desperate.
Right.
So then they end up in this situation, and then there you go. You know, that's what happens. So, friends, if you got an invite to that group, you know what group I'm talking about. The Inland Empire Online Something Jobs Make Money from Home. Go ahead and not join it. But there is one hero. Not all heroes wear capes. He's making it a meme page. He's just posting memes, and I'm just like, yeah, boy. So shout out to that guy.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, get rich schemes don't work, guys.
The one hero.
Yeah, I mean, there are ways to get rich, I guess, but there's not those proven steps.
Yeah.
They're just proven to be fooling you. That's how they make their money.
Right.
By the way, Ty Lopez bought ad space on our video, by the way.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Me either. I just started laughing. So yeah, screw Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez, we don't support you. Thank you for buying ad space, though. Made 7 cents off your ass. You can go ahead and skip past his ads, though. Oh yeah, by the way, I guess that's a good time to announce it. So I started monetizing video podcasts, and we haven't made enough money to cash out, obviously. I'll let you know when we do, though, because everybody gets a cut. We have to make $100 to cash out, so I mean,
yeah.
Anyway, but the reason being is because one, it's like video podcasts takes forever to make.
Oh yeah.
So I feel that I'm like, well, I mean, I'm gonna monetize it, and just whenever we get that $100, I'll put it right back into the podcast. You know, buy a better camera is on my list.
Yeah.
So that sort of thing. But what won't be monetized, obviously, is anything to have to do with Extra Life. That's all. There's no ads on it because that would be immoral.
Yeah.
The video podcasts have ads. They're just pre-roll, skippable ads, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And if you're watching on desktop, it should be like a card in the upper right-hand corner, just above the suggested videos.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then on the, I want to do another BNP review, so I'm going to review another game. Things like that will probably have like a pre-roll ad.
Right.
Pretty much anything to have to do with the podcast does. Individual Let's Plays that we post, it will depend on who's in it. Like, so if you post a Let's Play, if you put another Dark Souls one, you could let me know if you wanted me to see if it'll be monetized or not.
Right.
But it's by default, I'm not doing it. It's just the video podcasts are the thing that I am doing, just because, I mean, eventually it'll add up. I'm expecting by like the end of the year, we'll actually have being able to cash out, and then either we'll buy something new with it or whatnot, just that sort of thing, because it is difficult to make.
Right.
But I don't want to go. Somebody suggests the Patreon route. I'm like, no, that's not cool, because I feel that I'm doing this as a hobby. I don't want to make money, but the thing is, with the monetization, it at least allows us a way to put back into the podcast. But with the Patreon, it's like, I know I don't post it, and if I don't feel like doing it, it's more like, yep, guess we're not recording a podcast this week, guys. You can't do that when you're being paid, because then it's a job.
Right.
Then I'm not gonna have fun, so it wouldn't be a job. The monetization makes it more like, I guess it makes it like a game to me, where I'm like, oh man, look, we got 32 cents off that video. It must have been good, that sort of thing. But it gives me a little more internal motivation. And it also, I guess through the fans, it's not taking anything away from you, because after 5 seconds, you can skip the ad,
Right.
It's not taking anything away from you. It's not asking you for anything in return, other than 5 seconds of patience before the episode starts. And it also actually provides like some easy functions, like, for example, when we take a break in between each segment,
Right.
well, I can just put the ad there instead, so it saves some work on my part. But I haven't done that, because it's like, I hate when videos do that to me, so I'm like, that's absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
But the pre-roll ad, I'm like, hey, it is what it is. We do this as a hobby, but this stuff is not cheap. You know what I mean? So it's like, any little bit helps. If we hit that $100 like in the summer or in the fall or something, we can go get with $100 we can buy like some more mics for either the stream, or we can replace the mics we have now with some better ones, or we can buy a new camera.
Definitely
I would
camera.
probably get a used GoPro, really, is what I was looking at.
Right.
Because the footage quality is good enough, and all I need to do is sync it. I don't need one of those professional big cameras. I just need something that can record for longer than
20 minutes
at a time. Yeah. That's all I need. So, something like that. or replace some of our cables, that sort of thing. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. That was a good place to put it, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's where that stands. You'll get pre-roll ads, and that's it. And those little sponsor cards in the corner. But that's all. That's all we ask. Yeah, the audio version will stay free. Obviously, it'll always be free. And no Patreon plans at all.
No.
Because that would make it a job, and then it wouldn't be fun anymore. And yeah, I guess that's it. And yeah. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be moving on to our second topic, or third topic, last topic. 'Cause we did polio right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So we have decided to split this episode into 2 parts, just so it's easier to consume. So this is the end of part 1. Join us for part 2. This has been Nick
And Isaac
from the Bits and Pieces podcast. Join us in part 2 of episode 51.